Tired of massive open-world games that seem to drag on forever? If you're craving a tighter, more focused experience with a clear storyline and no filler, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into 20 must-play linear single-player games of 2024 that offer pure, streamlined adventure from start to finish. Let's kick it off with number 20. We're starting with a classic, Silent Hill 2 Remake. If you're a fan of survival horror, you know what Silent Hill brings to the table. Sure, you might roam the eerie streets of Silent Hill, but it's still fundamentally a linear adventure, just like the original. We haven't seen much of the remake yet, but we're hoping Bloober Team nails it, giving us a faithful yet fresh take on this iconic game. If they do it right, you'll get a tight, focused experience from start to finish. No endless side quests here. Next, we've got Children of the Sun, a Devolver Digital title. If you're familiar with Devolver, you know it's going to be unique. This is a sniping game, but with a twist. It's all about getting the perfect shot from a distance, blending puzzle mechanics with action. You can even control the bullet. It's level-based, making it a straightforward, linear experience, but with a fresh, artsy spin on sniping. If you like silent scope or always pick the sniper rifle in games, this one's for you. At number 18, we have Black Myth, Wukong, a visually stunning action-adventure game. The combat is fast and fluid, and the boss battles absolutely epic. While it starts pretty linear with corridor-like levels, the game does open up later. But don't worry, it still stays focused with clear objectives, making it an engaging, mostly linear experience. From the creators of Grizz, Neva comes in at number 17. This 2D adventure promises stunning art, a touching story, and some light combat. The bond between you and your animal companion grows as you progress, and it's looking to be a beautifully emotional journey. The game seems to be a simple, linear adventure that we can't wait to play when it drops on October 15th. If you're into Capcom games, you'll want to check out Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess. It's not your typical Capcom title though. This one has tower defense elements mixed with action. It's structured in levels, making it a straightforward, highly addictive linear experience. Plus, the challenge is real. Next up, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. It's an HD remaster of the beloved handheld game. The Luigi's Mansion series has always been a blast, and this one's no different. The HD remaster breathes new life into it, and if you want a good old-fashioned game that doesn't overstay its welcome, this is a perfect choice. Speaking of classics, Astro Bot lands at number 14. This platformer has you jumping into levels, tackling planets, and fighting bosses in a linear structure. While you can choose which level to engage with first, the game remains refreshingly linear and a joy to play. Number 13 brings us Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, a linear experience from Machine Games, the minds behind Wolfenstein. They've been clear about the linear structure of this one, despite some explorable hub areas. We're hoping for a throwback to the Indiana Jones games of old, but with a modern twist. Next up is Indica, a deeply atmospheric adventure set in an alternate Russia. You play as a nun venturing through a spooky, frozen world. It's a mix of puzzle solving, narrative exploration, and linear progression, and it's got a wonderfully unique style. Number 11 takes us to A Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons remake. This charming short adventure lets you control two brothers simultaneously with your joysticks, and it's all about tight storytelling and emotion. It's a quick game, perfect for those looking for a fulfilling experience in just a few hours. Coming in at number 10 is the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 campaign. While it may offer some freedom in how you tackle missions, at its core, it's a linear, action-packed FPS experience. If previous Black Ops campaigns are any indication, this one's bound to be a hit. A Quiet Place. The road ahead is a first-person survival game that brings the tension of the movies to life. Silence is key as you sneak through this post-apocalyptic world, avoiding deadly creatures attracted to sound. It's out on October 17th, and we're excited to see how it turns out. At number 8 is Still Wakes the Deep, a first-person horror game set on a Scottish oil rig in the 70s. The creepy, disaster-filled setting makes it a unique experience, and you can complete it in just 4 or 5 hours. Perfect for a quick, intense ride. Next is The Plucky Squire, a charming action-adventure where 2D storybook characters come to life. It's a linear game with a playful art style and engaging platforming mechanics, and it'll take you around 8 to 9 hours to finish. The Until Dawn remake is a modern rebuild of the classic horror game. It's a cinematic, choice-driven adventure where every decision counts. The remake releases on October 4th, and we can't wait to see how it turns out. Next, we have the Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, which gives you 72 in-game hours to survive a mall filled with zombies. It's a timed experience, so while there's a lot to explore, the overall structure keeps you on a linear path toward escaping in time. The Alone in the Dark reboot from earlier this year may not be perfect, but if you're looking for a traditional horror game with 2 distinct campaigns, it's worth checking out, especially when it's on sale. At number 3, Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga. It's not as groundbreaking as the original Hellblade, but if you want a beautiful linear experience with creepy moments and gory combat, this will scratch that itch. Coming in at number 2, Tactical Breach Wizards is a tactical, turn-based game where you're wizards kicking down doors and taking names. It's unique, highly strategic, and a level-based experience that'll keep you entertained for hours. And finally, at number 1 is Warhammer 40,000: Space Marine 2. The campaign is completely linear, taking you on a roller coaster ride through epic battles, creepy corridors, and boss fights. If you're new to Warhammer, this is a great entry point, and it's just a blast from start to finish. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Lagging Times channel. I'll see you in the next video, where the news might be a bit behind, but it's always worth the wait.